munye nabo shifu nebandla ncane ngabo labantu abosita ukuthi olapha kunenkinga lapha sibe labantu babe lakithi yabona babe ngithi hayi lokuthi abantu ubawone kanye ngesikhathi kumbe babe naloko esaba lokuthi hawu make nangimake MP akangeneki make MP kufanele kube ngumuntu longenekako ngaso sonke isikhathi ungesabi ukuthi akumake MP noma ngabe kunini.
Sesifike emaphethelweni elihlelo sive siyathuthuka sethembe ukuthi umbukeli ulithokodele kakhulu wabona futhi imisebenzi leyenziwa nguhulumende ekufakeni emanti. Mbukeli asihlangane evikini lelitako libito lami nginokwazi ngwakadlamini nisale kahle.
Lontavera Disongoshira verera Ontasera
Eswatini, you have been marked for a great encounter with God. Bishop C.B. Matondo invites you to come and experience a fresh touch of the Lord as you get equipped to move in miracles, signs and wonders.
When God is trying to show you what is about to happen, it's because God loves you.
Receive your prophecy.
I see a name written. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's like Mavuso.
Yes, I'm Mafuso.
Receive your healing.
I am not coming alone. I am bringing my prophetic healing bed.
Receive your deliverance at the Eswatini Higher Life Conference on Friday the 1st of December and Sunday the 3rd of December at Hall number 1 Mavuso Trade Center in Manzini.
Whatever it is that is disturbing you, this is the time that you come.
The time is now.
Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by number one news provider Eswatini TV. I am Nundumiso Vilagata alongside Nomakabiso Nkambule. Let's take a look at our news-making headlines. His Majesty King Mswati III says all members of parliament have been commissioned by the King and Ingwenyama to perform their duties and find solutions to the challenges faced by Maswati. Senate appointee Savannah Nunhlanhla Mazia has been sworn in as a senator. The Ministry of Education is determined to cater for the needs of learners with special needs so that they are not left behind on their subjects and when sitting for their examinations. And now the news in detail. His Majesty King Mswati III says all members of parliament have been commissioned by the King and Ingwenyama to perform their duties and find solutions to the challenges faced by Maswati. The King was addressing members of both houses of parliament at Lozi's Palace.
His Majesty King Mswati III has applauded the nation for playing a crucial role in ensuring that right candidates to serve the country are elected.
Njengoba niqhamuka etinkundleni emiphakatsini netindzawo letehlukahlukene niyawusebenza kanye nonke eParliamente njengoba nonke nithunywe inkosi sive sikhokhene tinfungo kuyawumela tinkundla tangakithi inkosi nati tinfungo lengasebenta ngato.
The King and Ingwenyama also stated that parliamentarians are expected to work with diligence, dedication and ensure they remember all the submissions made by the nation during Sibaya.
Njoba nelive lengaphandle nilivile ukuthi awulilambele tintfo letinyenti likhala ngendlala likhala ngemisebenzi likhala ngenkohlakalo likhala ngetempilo likhala ngalokwa uthi longakeva nakunje senidethulile sekusuka lithuli kenyalo njengoba vele nigijima nonke njengoba ngithithe nangibulala ndvuna nkulu uthi awugijima athi ngwe bengingasho yena yedwana bengisho yonke iParliament ukuthi yonke itawugijima ithi nkwe kusuke lithuli.
His Majesty also warned the members of parliament against divide and rule, of which the king said that normally affects the people at grassroots level.
Kuhlanganisa lelibloho lelingabonakala ukuthi kube bete le divide and rule. Ngoba unasuna le divide and rule ngiyo lele besilesa netinkinga even. Bese kusafarisha sive le phaphansi. Kanti sive sathi ukuthi sithuma iParliament ilikhambi and not a problem. But ukanje ukuthi ke nge divide and rule bese kuba nale conflict lethi hawu nakuqhamuka laba nje hawu laba vele banjena bese iprogress elive ayisaqhubeke kahle.
The event began with the introduction of members of both houses to His Majesty and shared their visions for transforming the country's economy and the future of the nation.
Mina ngwenyama ngitalwa bantu labangazange sebafunze. Kufika la ngikhona khona ngaye mahlahleni. Ngafike ngabutheka. Ngafunga enkosini ukuthi ngiyayisebenzela. Ayisebenzela ngekwethembeka. Inkosi licobo lwayo yathi ngesheya emaphoyiseni ngizange sengikhiphe ngisho senda ngizange sengicela nginganabani yangeweta ngaba liphoyisa ngafika nakhona ngafunga ngayisebenzela inkosi iminyaka lengi-25 solo ngisebenta kude lengike ngakwenda lokungalo kwenyamanduna ngithi angethembise nanyalo kule parliament la ngize ngifika khona ngifikiswa ukuthi ngabonwa nguwe ngingasilutho. Namanje ke ngwenyama ngiyacapha sive sakithi singibonile sangikhetha namhla ngelunga leParliament from nowhere.
Ngiyacela ke mina silo sikhulu ukuthi ngingabe ngiloya embabane wena waphakathi ngisola lokho ukuthi lendlu yakho itawusala inganamuntu silo sikhulu sebande ngilala bafuna kuyembabane ngicela mina silo sikhulu kusala lapha endlini wena waphakathi kungavama le quorum kude wena waphakathi ube lukhuni lomsebenzi walamaswati ngicela ungikhulule wena waphakathi ukuthi ngiyobathela imbuto le mibuto lengidabathela yona ngilena letawumixa le service delivery kulabantu
kuthi celela nje ngwenyama ngokuthi bahlonishwa bayehluleka kukhambene enkosini inkosi bathi yalalela uyathi chaza mina ngwenyama nangathola thuba lokwembabani ndakwenda nako embi kwenkosi uyaphuza ibonephi le nkosi njengami ngumvimbi nje ngwenyama nangangibeka enkundleni ngathi lungisa baye wena phakathi.
Since the parliamentarians have been blessed by the Ingwenyama, they are now expected to embark on their duty, while the nation is expecting them to sort out the challenges faced by Eswatini. On the news, I'm Polile Mazia at Lozita Palace.
Senator appointee Savannah Nonhlanhla Mazia has been sworn in as a senator. The swearing was administered by the Attorney General Sifiso Khumalo.
Following the appointment and blessing of 20 senators by His Majesty King Mswati III and being sworn in on Monday, taking the oath of allegiance with other senators not present on the day, Senator Savannah Nonhlanhla Mazia has been sworn in. The swearing in was administered by the learned Attorney General Sifiso Khumalo.
I, Savannah Nonhlanhla Mazia.
I, Savannah Nonhlanhla Mazia.
Do swear. And so, that I will be faithful. And bear true allegiance. To King Mswati III. His heirs and successors. According to law. So help me God.
The Senate President, Senator Lindiwe Dlamini, welcomed to the House the newly sworn-in senators, mentioning that the Parliament, through the Office of the Clerk to Parliament, is yet to host a workshop for senators on standing orders. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samgal Suekoza, Parliament.
The Ministry of Agriculture has trained its extension officers on the use of integrated agriculture system, which is meant to collect data for farmers in the country. Speaking during the training at Eswatini Lodge in Matapa, the Director of Veterinary Services, Dr. Xolani Dlamini, who was representing the Principal Secretary, says the system will ensure that farmers are also connected to available markets.
The director says the system will also help in farming research.
Information system ke noma kune system lesiyakhe na nala baga Royal Science and Technology Park le sita lo ukuthi noma ngumlimi noma ngumfuyi.
As the demand for sustainable products continues to rise, reliable data is key for the ministry and farmers as well to ensure improved products and also connect farmers to the market. Training our extension officers on this information system will help us achieve that.
The representative of the head of office at World Food Programme says they support the system as their mandate is to ensure Eswatini is food sustainable.
This system will help us know where we can get different produce. The main intention is that we must produce our food and be self-sustainable. This is why we have ventured into this technology. Having the farmers network will ensure we know the food that we have in the different regions.
According to the World Food Programme, 70% of Emaswati still live on farming. This percentage includes commercial farmers. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, visuals from the Ministry of Agriculture.
50 students have graduated in different entrepreneurship programs at Sebenta National Institute. Speaking during the graduation ceremony at Zakhele Hall in Manzini, the graduates said they are hoping that the life skills they have attained will greatly improve their lives.
The country is now promoting entrepreneurship, which has been pointed out as a key contributor to economic growth, as it does not only create job opportunities but increased spending in markets. The Chief Executive Officer at Sebenta National Institute says they want to ensure they produce entrepreneurs who will flourish.
They come from the outskirts of Manzini, from Gwaloseni, some from Manzini North, around Makolweni, some from Manzini South. So these learners have been with us for the past 12 months and they have been trained in different skills, including electrical wiring, plumbing, sewing and building.
The graduates say having these qualifications will help them be able to create employment and be able to make a living.
Nangisafunza bengizama ukuthi isebenza ngecarpentry. Lokho kutangisita ukuthi ngiyalo ngichubeke nelekhono lami lecarpentry.
Plumbing ngasebenza ngayikhethiswa ukuthi ngabona ngazuthi maningi emathuba ekusebenta.
One of the graduates, Pumlani Mamba, says as a woman she chose plumbing as there are not too many women in this field, so she thinks she stands a better chance of getting employment. Manzini South Member of Parliament Owen Nxumalo, who was the guest speaker, says they will support the graduates.
They must approach the Tinkundla so that you can assist them with funding, because they must not start looking for employment. There's no employment. There's little chances that they'll get employment.
In the year 2018, the Ministry of Education introduced the competency-based education to promote entrepreneurship. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla, Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Manzini.
The police have urged motorists to be more careful whilst driving in the country's roads, as there's an increase in multiple pedestrians who are hit by cars. The police chief and communications officer, Superintendent Pindile Vilagati, said this after a vehicle hit 3 pedestrians, leaving 1 dead on Wednesday evening at Mojane Pixpick Road.
We did record a report of an accident whereby a motor vehicle, Honda Civic, that was driving along MR1, that is the road between Mojane and Pixpick, when they were trying to overtake another vehicle. Unfortunately, there was an oncoming vehicle and the driver of the Honda Civic was forced to divert to the other side, where unfortunately there were 3 pedestrians walking there, and he knocked all of those pedestrians, and one was killed in the process, who is a 19-year-old boy. So we continue as police to beg the nation to be so observant when they drive along the roads, being expected of anything that might come across. We should avoid overtaking where there's a corner or on a blind rise. And we also warn the nation to be very much careful as they walk along the roads, as much as we may find that we are on the right side, but we should always be suspicious of any failure of a vehicle that may cause an accident. And also to note is the weather that we have in the country. Whenever there is rain, most of the roads are slippery, and you cannot control a vehicle accordingly. So we should be very much careful as we drive during this season. And we will continue teaching the nation and making sure that we do all we can to prevent the occurrence of accidents on the road.
The Ngonyeni Precast Limited has been officially listed on the Eswatini Stock Exchange. The NPC has sold shares to 450 Eswatini worth 25 million amalangeni.
The Ngonyeni Precast Limited has achieved a historic milestone, have been officially listed on the Eswatini Stock Exchange. NPC board member Daniel Similani says 450 Eswatini have bought shares worth 25 million emalangeni.
Number one, it will unlock value for all Eswatini at all levels. As you have said before, that everybody is going to be involved. And also what it will do will create employment opportunities for both formal and informal sector, create business opportunities for suppliers, subcontractors, commission agents, and distributors.
FSRA General Manager Mbongiseni Nkambule says this is a remarkable milestone for the country.
Let us continue working together to foster an environment of trust, innovation, and accountability. By sharing knowledge, best practices, and experience, we can further enhance integrity and resilience of our markets.
Eswatini can still buy shares at the Ngonyeni Precast Limited. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, I'm Samkal Siwekoza, Mbabane.
The Examinations Council of Eswatini, Akeswa, is aware of suspected cases of malpractice involving a possible leak of 2 Eswatini General Certificate of Secondary Education (EGCSE) from 5 subjects that were circulated on WhatsApp. Akeswa treats these allegations seriously and is conducting investigations to establish the source and extent of the suspected leakage. Akeswa will defend the integrity of the examinations at all cost. The release is by Communications Officer Hlengiwe Ndlovu. The Ministry of Education is determined to cater for the needs of learners with special needs so that they are not left behind on their subjects and when sitting for their exams. The Special Needs Senior Inspector Cebsile Nxumalo says they have engaged head teachers and teachers on taking care of learners with special needs at school.
As the end-of-year exams are nearing by and learners will be sitting for their final exams, the Special Needs Department has assured that there is no gap between learners with special needs and others. The Senior Inspector of Special Needs in the Ministry of Education, Cebsile Nxumalo, says they have capacitated teachers on taking care of learners with special needs.
We have also provided information to the effect that they need to register the child and also inform Examinations Council and also attach, the necessary documents like the doctor's report. So we have been engaging schools. Basically, it starts with learning. They have to differentiate their lessons. They also have to apply what we call reasonable accommodation when the children are sitting for tests. Reasonable accommodations will include extending time or exempting a child from listening comprehension. There are quite a number of reasonable accommodations that schools can make.
She says it is the Ministry of Education's objective to afford all learners equal and quality education despite their disabilities. For Eswatini TV News, I'm Kiani Msibi with Vuminko since Nisa, Mbabane.
Dear viewers, now take a look at our financial updates.
Bank. It can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV. We begin our sports roundup with Premier League side Eswatini United that has received 650,000 Malangeni worth of sponsorship from both Lupotla Commodities and Umbro respectively. The ceremony was held at Sikwaqa House in Babane.
We begin our sports roundup with Eswatini United that has received sponsorship from both Lupotla Commodities and Umbro respectively. That brings a total of 650,000 Malangeni. Lupotla Commodities Managing Director Nat Ben Zaiden expressed their need to support local football.
As Lupotla Commodities, we viewed this as an opportunity to build a brand that we can be looked back 5 years from now and be proud that we've taken the team from the bottom to the top of the league. So this is a great opportunity. As in business, there are challenges, but what's important is how you overcome. So the same energy will push into the football side.
Eswatini United Director Polycarp Dlamini uploaded the kind gesture from both organizations.
Nyalo ibola seyakha umsebenzi. So nalabanye is their place of now employment.
Team captain Butuko Dlamini says this will encourage them to work even harder this season.
Extra motivation.
It is the team's biggest wish to soon have their own host venue together with the clubhouse in the near future. On another note, following the official opening of the Eswatini Olympic and Commonwealth Games Association offices at Lobamba that was supported by the African and international bodies, the local Olympic movement moved to the next stage of saving and producing electricity at Lobamba. President of the Olympic movement, Atampomba Mthethwa, says this move will contribute hugely to the development of the sporting activities in the kingdom.
The whole project in my components are solar system let us settle lapha ekuthenini kunciphe indleko ekusebenzisa gas. Ngenyanga nje on average besibhadala bo 4,000 emalangeni kukhanyisa la e-Olympic Africa Center.
The old system was costing around 4,000 Malangeni per month, but now it will cost around 500 Malangeni. One Energy Solution was the company that introduced the system. Reporting for Eswatini TV Sports, I'm Linda Dlamini, Lobamba.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a quick recap of today's headlines. His Majesty King Mswati III says all members of parliament have been commissioned by the King and Ingwenyama to perform their duties and find solutions to the challenges faced by Maswati. Senate appointee Savannah Nonhlanhla Mazia has been sworn in as a senator. The Ministry of Education is determined to cater for the needs of learners with special needs so that they are not left behind on their subjects and when sitting for their examinations. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather focus for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.
Enjoy a Christmas of more when you save more than ever before with Spar Rewards. Like 1 liter Spar fruit juice blend for just $21.99 or double up and buy 2 for 40 Malangeni.